Hey you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I am still prepping for my retreat that's coming up in just 2 days, so I have a lot of work to do. So I'm putting together some more page kits. I am also participating in Ginger's Corner hop for dining around the world or culinary around the world. So it's a lot of different sheets and instruction sheets. So what I did is I went through every one of them and I just made myself a cheat sheet with the country, the food, and then what are the base requirements to get a point for that type of layout. So, for example, if you just watched the previous video, it was all about dressing up, and that is for Japan, that is for Japan, and it's mochi. You needed to make a girl layout and include a cartoon or animal embellishment, and I put Disney princesses on there, stickers and the cartoon versions of them. So I have a cartoon embellishment and it's definitely a girly layout. Pink, well, it's pinks and blues, but there's princesses on it. So I will get a point for that. I did not include the extra credit. An extra point would have been if I included map paper, which I did not. But I don't care. I'm not competing to win or anything. I'm just using it to give me ideas for layouts and, video content, and to maybe help you guys how to apply some of these. I went through the whole thing. Some of them are like a Halloween layout or a Valentine's layout. I don't currently have photos to do those things. And so even though I am a content creator, I don't create content just for the sake of it. I try not to, I'm not going to go do a Valentine's layout or find some random picture or do something, make a page for something that I've already done. I'm really trying to work through the content, the pages that I need to make. So I've gone through, I've got, this is a red, white, and blue with a yellow sun. And if you use 3 pattern papers, you get an extra point. That's Mauritius, doll puri. And I have, in the next set of photos that I haven't printed this yet, but I have a July 4th bike parade. So this one is, and I won't go through all of these, but this one is for Iran, and it was under breads, and it was naan-e berenji. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I know what naan is. So you needed to do a sports layout and have at least 3 circle elements. So this is what I have done. This is my daughter doing gymnastics with her daycare. It's a 2-page layout. I have a lot of photos. I'm going to need to do some paring down, but lots and lots of photos. I can do that. I count this as sports. At least it was when she was 3. This was one of her big things that we did. So I pulled, we'll start with the papers that I pulled. These photos, obviously, there are a lot of primary colors in here. Red, yellow, blue, there's green, there's yellow, there's orange. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to lean into the primary colors. I have tone-on-tone papers or color with white. So I went into, again, I'm still trying to use Old Stash. So this is an old, I think, Stampin' Up! Paper kit. These are from a really inexpensive Basics paper pad that I bought. This is another from this paper pad. And, oh, and this is from that paper pad. And they're two-sided, so there's a different pattern on the back side. So I can get a lot of different patterns out of this and use that. And then I have these two papers as well. Like, I may not need the red, but I like that this is a little more solid and not just white. So I have those for my colored papers. And then I have actually 3 white sheets, 1 for matting photos and 2 to be the base of the layout. I then pulled some scraps to serve as mats for some of the photos. I don't have enough for all the photos. Some of them will just be on white. It's going to be busy enough with all of these patterns. Next step, I went through some school-related sticker books, and I found these, not a lot. And then I remembered I have this cool title that I got in a swap from Ginger's Corner, and this was from Mallory Obrey. The Children Are Our Future. I think that's just a real cute title for this, rather than saying gymnastics or whatever. It was a field trip. That's okay. So I think I'm going to include that. And then 2 other swaps. So this is 3 different swaps. I have this. Look how perfect that is. I think that'll be real cute because there are some boys in these pictures. And so I can include this even though I have a girl. So I love that. And then I found this star. So this will help tie in this mustardy orange color and this red. So those are my big embellishments, the title and these 2. Then I have this, and then I'm going to bring with me on my retreat these circle cutters. I may try and bring some bigger ones as well. And then so I wrote down Aran, Non, E, Berenji, circles and sports. So that's what this. And then I even did a sketch for this one because I want to do one big circle on it and then some small circles. And then I may also do some of the photos in circles as well. We'll see. I have to work on this layout. I just so I could remember. And I think I might do the title to the side here instead of across the top. I don't know. So that is my idea. And then because I'm doing white, I think I want to include some ink. So I've pulled 3 inks that I'm going to go ahead and include in this, I think, that I can do splotches. So to accommodate the splotches, I'm going to make sure I include this. I will probably put in these little things just so they're contained, but I'm going to use that to do some ink splotching on here as well. So that is a really, oh, sorry, and I had pulled this as well, and it's got all the colors in it. It's an old Creative Memories, and so that's a little more texture and a nice look. So that is, I think, a really good and complete page kit. And I have a large envelope to put it in. So let me go off and find some papers and fun for the next pages that I have, the next photos that I have, and I'll be right back. Hey you guys, I'm back with another, my second page kit, and this, I just want to talk about something a little bit crazy to start with. So I have these 2 photos of my daughter where she's painting a box and then The next page is going to be the box parade. I don't remember what it was called, but I love this. I found, let me talk about the paper first. I found this old plaid paper. I really like that this has orange and pink in it, and this has a little bit of orange and pink in it in addition to the purple, but I'm okay with that. I think that looks pretty good. Somebody had asked me in a comment about, do I like starting from my photos? And I do. That works for me because I can pick the color from that, or the feel, or the style, or the something. And I like to make specific pages rather than truly like really generic pages with just hearts or flowers on it all the time. So I want to do something creative with this, though I did not manage yet to find embellishments with paintbrushes and stuff. I think I've used them all up. But I found this paper, and then I wanted to find other paper to go with it. These are just random pieces of paper that I had. This was also in my scraps, and I think that looks pretty good with it if I want to bring in a floral. And then I had this, which is actually Felicity Jane. I was looking at this, which might work on it as well, because it's got these orangey colors in it. But I can also, I thought, maybe use this side as a border. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to include those papers. And then I pulled these as mats because they pull out this orange a little bit, and they do match the photos. I'm going to talk about the other ephemera, but I remembered that I had these acrylic letters, and I thought, oh, these are from Close to My Heart. I bought them when they were going out of business, and I thought I can write create with them. There's a bunch of E's, a whole bunch of E's, some S's, a few A's. Y'all, there's no C in this bunch. I have this one and a blue bunch. I checked the blue bunch. There are no C's at all. I don't understand. So what I did was I took an O, because there is another O in there. I took this O and I took my wire cutters that I use to trim up dies, and I just cut it to create a C. So I had to get a little creative. I went ahead and did it rather than saving it so that I can write create, and that will be included as my title. So that is embellishment. These can all go away. I'll pick those up in a minute, and I'll show you the other embellishments that I have pulled. So I went through my embellishment binders, and I found this, which has the orange and the pink. I love that combination. Is it the perfect match for this? No, but is it pretty good enough? Yeah, I like it. And so I had two of those elements, the old creative memories. And then I also had this, the wow factor. So I really like that as well. I found this orange heart, little piece of vellum. I found these little purple buttons. So that's it for, no, there's one more. And I had this, which is pinks and oranges. So I'm going to make those things work. I have a few stickers that I got. These are from Chamel. This one is Vicky Bouton. So just a few stickers. I am going to include this sticker sheet from Chamel. I like these balloons. So there's a pink one, a light pink one, and oh, I thought there was another, oh, and an orange one. So I've got 3 balloons that I can include. There might be some other things that I decide I want to include. Maybe I want to include a camera or something. This one I've used up a lot, so I don't have a lot of hearts and stuff, but like there's a pink star that might work. I don't know, so I'm just going to include it. I do have another, oh, and this list of rainbows I think might be cute. I don't know. So I'm including that, and then I'm going to include this in the page kit. Not for the titles and stuff, but I love these hearts, and they are in the perfect colors for this. And there's some on the back, and this heart with this arrow and this heart. So I'm going to include that. Rather than pulling these off, I know these aren't super sticky, so I'm just going to include that. So that is my page kit. I don't know if I'll use all these things, but I'm happy. And I will, of course, have my scraps with me. I also, by the way, pulled out these Chamel. That's all I have left from my Reasons to Smile enamel dots. But because I have these, I don't really need a lot of enamel dots. So I'm just going to add these to it. And there we go. These things will go in a little envelope, assuming I have one. Here's one. So I don't lose them. And now I'm going to tackle this other page. I have already pulled a couple of things as I was going through, but I'm not pleased. I don't love these photos on this paper. Because there's so much blue and yellow and primary colors in the school that I think I need to find something else for this page. They're not going to coordinate, but I did include, there will be a couple of tie-ins maybe, and I'll explain those when I do the next page kit. So hang tight, and I'll be right back. Like that. Okay, page kit number 3, as I mentioned, is all about this little box parade. I don't know what else to call it, but each of the kids decorated a box, and then they paraded around the school to the younger. It was a daycare, so anyway, so that was fun. So I wanted to lean into, again, the colors, but this one has a lot more blue. So I found this from Fun Stamper's Journey. I think that's the perfect, it's pretty busy, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to tone it down, use, you know, part of it. But I think that that's going to look great. And then to provide a little neutrality, I've got a white piece of cardstock, and I've got this shimmer blue, which is a really good match for this blue in here. So I will figure out some kind of layout using those. I may, if I do a strip of this, then I'm probably going to want some kind of a border. I don't know if I have a border strip that will match this, but I'll see about finding something. I have an idea of a style of border strip that might, aha, I may have a perfect border strip. This will be the perfect border strip. This is from a Sassafras. It's got all the same kind of colors, so I'm going to include that. And then I pulled some pink and orange scraps. I also pulled this big orange scrap. And so between those, I think I can mat a whole bunch of photos, including with the white, and I'll bring some extra white with me just in case. So I'm happy with that. I wish this were a little more pink. I might try and make it a little more pink. We'll see. And then I decided to make my own little sequin mix. So I had this bin that I've had for probably 10 years of a bunch of random sequins all mixed together. So I dug through there and found some of these, and then I had my colored sequins that I pulled in some orange and some pink and some blue from those to mix in. So I have a little sequin mix, which is very exciting. There's going to be a lot of photos on this page, so I may not have a lot of room for a lot of embellishment. But let's see what I have pulled. I did pull a few things. So I pulled these blue letters. Again, I think that will look great. I pulled these pink stars. Vicky Boutin from Sweet Rush. Just the lollipops and stuff. It just seems childlike. And there's some more stars on there. And then I have, I'm the main character in this story. I love that sentiment. This, I think this, it doesn't have as much pink in it, but I think it still goes pretty well. And then I've got this little hooray. And then I pulled a whole bunch of acrylic, orange acrylic. I don't have a lot of colors in this. I just have turquoise, I think, and orange. So I can't mix and match the colors, but I can include these. I've probably included more than I need, but I have 3 of these, and then I have 3 other shapes, and then I have 3 stars in varying sizes. So those are going in here, along with these 3 little pieces of ephemera. And then I have these things, so I'll be able to add to that. And of course, I will have some different die cuts for tags or hearts if I want to add them, or stars, so I can make ephemera out of some of these scraps also. So that is, I think, number 3. And I'm glad that this, I think this paper is going to work. So I will be back, and the last one is a big one. I'm going to have to do a 2-page layout with a flap because I have so many photos, and I really don't want to do 3 pages or 4-page layout. Hey you guys, this is Allison. It's so late, you guys. I am leaving for my retreat tomorrow. Well, when you see this video, it's probably today. And I still haven't finished my page kits. This is my last page kit. It's a big one. I have a ton of pictures. It's from my birthday several years ago. And it was called, the invitations had on there, Past Our Prime Prom. And so everybody dressed up. We had fancy dinner at the Omni in a private dining room. And then we went to the club. It was so fun. I'm kind of basing the papers that I selected off this photo. You can see a lot of blues and there's some black. But this is from my favorite paper kit, I think, of all time from Creative Memories. Let me show you what I have. So I bought the whole thing. This was it was called Peacock. Yeah, Peacock. I bought designer print paper. I probably bought this tone-on-tone paper. I haven't seen that, or I may have it. No, I think this is all designer print. And then they had this embossed cardstock. Love, love, love. So I have a piece of that. I have 4 pieces of white cardstock here because I'm probably going to want to mat photos. Plus, this is going to be a 2-page plus at least 1 flap. That's my plan. It may be 2 flaps. I don't know yet. So I have a ton of patterned papers. So, and all of these papers are 2-sided. So it gives me lots and lots of options. A few of them are scraps that I've already cut into in the past. I would use this. I'm not going to use this one. This side. Might need stripes, maybe not. This red is real pretty. And there's some red in the photos. So I think I do need the red for some of it. This makes a nice solid. It's a tone-on-tone. It feels like a solid though. And then I thought this one too felt a little bit like a solid. There's a little more splash of red here I could cut things out of. So I've got 2 different turquoises. This one's more green, this one's more blue, and then I have this real pretty, what my mom would call petrol blue here. This is a real pretty print, which might look good. I've got these leaves with this pretty red on the back here. This is my favorite paper of all time. And a nice solid green on the back and hexagons. So this might make a really good, if I do 2 flaps, a really good edge on the flaps or something. I don't know. I may get creative, and I love this. Ugh, this paper. I mean, look at that paper. I just love it. Okay, so that's my papers. I know it's a lot, but I'm going to go to town on this page. And then I have some scraps of some different turquoises and, again, another petrol blue that I will add to the mix. Sometimes you just need a solid. So that is a bunch of paper. I know it's a really big paper kit, but I have a lot of photos, and I kind of want this page to be a masterpiece. So I went through, it was my birthday, but I kind of am going to lean into the Past Our Prime Prom. So I found these. It's got a little bit of pinky red in it. These are vellum. I thought those might work somewhere on the page. Some tabs. This is from Vicki Boutin, I think, but the colors are perfect. So that might be a good tucky. I found this might be a decent journaling spot. The colors are okay. A couple other little bits and bobs. Not a ton. I really like this Life is Fabulous, if I can fit it on the page. So I'm just going to tuck these in here. And I have this set of stickers. Looks like it's got quite a few sheets in it. So I think I can make use of that. Let's try around. So, and then I thought for bling, because it was promy, I made myself a sequin mix from the different turquoise and green and blue sequins that I have, single colors of. So that's just my own custom little sequin mix. I do have some others here that might work, like this one might come close to working. It's got red in it and gold. I might include this just in case, but I'm kind of liking this one. But if I need to add some red, I might just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna include this just in case. All right, photos, all my photos. So I'm gonna somehow have to pare that down. All right, there we go. And so now I have 8, I think 10 page kits ready to go. That's probably what I'll get done because a lot of those are 2-page layouts. And so I still have to have time for my walks on the beach and my massages and eating and visiting and dancing to old music and all the other things that happen at our retreat. So I think that will be fun, and I will videotape all of my pages, and I will be posting those. I may post a couple during the weekend and then get them all posted next week. So thanks a lot, you guys.